Algebra 1 Part 2P students. I've got a little video here to show you about systems of equations, graphing systems of equations. Some of you have had some trouble getting the graphs to work because you can't find the x and y intercepts of everything. So I want to show you a couple examples of that, get those questions answered. So make sure you have some paper available. You're going to want to write these problems down on paper and then go to Desmos to put them in the graphing calculator, and then copy those equations or copy those graphs into Delta Math. And I'm going to start with a simple problem here. So I've got this problem, and it's asking me to solve the following system of equations graphically on a set of axes. So we're going to graph these equations on my graph here, and then I'm going to put the answer where they intersect in here and then submit the answer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy both of those down. Y equals x plus 4 and y equals negative 3/2 x minus 1. And I'm going to go into Desmos and I'm just going to type those in. So y equals x plus 4 is my first one, and that one's in red. My second one is y equals negative 3/2 x minus 1. And so here they are. Now, notice, and this is where we're having some trouble. If you look at this red line, well, that red line crosses the x-axis at negative 4, 0, and it crosses the y-axis at 0, 4. So that one's easy. I can go back here to Delta Math, and I can graph that one at negative 4, 0 and 0, 4. There's that line. But where we're having some difficulty is going to the other line. If you look at this blue line, notice it crosses the y-axis at a corner point, 0, negative 1. But we can't graph this point because it's a decimal. Well, you don't have to graph your points on the x or y intercept. You can use any point to graph it as long as it's a corner point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this point, 0, negative 1, as one of my points, and then I'm going to use this point right here as my second one, negative 2, 2. So I'm going to go back into Delta Math. The first one was at 0, negative 1. My second one was at negative 2, 2. And there's my line. See, I didn't have to use my x-intercept. As long as I have two corner points, that's what I need to graph. So hopefully that clears that up. And then my solution to this, my final answer, is where those two intersected. And you can see they intersect right here at negative 2, 2. So I'm going to put in that blank the ordered pair, negative 2, comma 2. I have to put it in parentheses because it's not an ordered pair. It's not written correctly unless it's in parentheses. I also need the comma between the two numbers. I'm going to submit my answer. Yes, that's what I want, and it's correct. All right, let's do one more like this. So I'm going to write these two down. Y equals x plus 3 and y equals negative 3/2 x minus 7. I'm going to go to Desmos. I'll get rid of the old ones. My two new equations are y equals x plus 3 and y equals negative 3/2 x minus 7. So there it is. All right, here's my graph. So notice for the green line, it crosses the y-axis at 0, 3. It crosses the x-axis at negative 3, 0. So 0, 3 and negative 3, 0. I'm going to go back to Delta Math. 0, 3, negative 3, 0. There's the first line. I'm going to go back into Desmos. Look at the second line. It crosses the y-axis at 0, negative 7, but the x-axis is a decimal. So I'm going to put 0, negative 7 in Delta Math, and then the other point I'm going to put in is this negative 4, negative 1 because it's a corner point. So back into Delta Math, 0, negative 7, negative 4, negative 1. Those are my two lines. Notice those two lines cross at that point, negative 4, negative 1. So I'm going to write that ordered pair in, negative 4, negative 1, and submit the answer. Yes, I'm sure, and we got it right. So it shows you, if you don't have corner points on the X and the Y axis. That doesn't matter. You can still do this. You just have to find a point that is a corner point where you have two integer numbers there. So that's it for systems of equations. What I want you to do today is the assignment labeled February 12th, Systems of Equations number 2. Again, February 12th, Systems of Equations number 2.